and interesting, but a different topic we are communicating today. But what was the fundamentalism to consider as a separate science for the disability and its management? Actually, in this segment, we should have a very broad developmental process of a human being from conceiving to developmental stage. Conceiving a human child in the womb of his mother is the largest metabolism than existing energy formation and the mechanism. You ever think what is the fundamental process happening and what is the metabolism happening in a creative fusion by male and female, intentionally or non-intentionally, happening for a childbirth? When we are considering any of the technical metabolism, including the nuclear fusional science in a nuclear reactor, you will not disagree that the largest nuclear action is happening while the union of a male and female, which is cause for a childbirth. In this metabolism, we have to consider what is the fundamental qualification and one fundamental material physics and fundamental energy force of a male and of female prior to conceiving or union, particularly for a childbirth process. If at any of the male and female who become the mother and father of a child should qualify to make a childbirth. In this segment, we have to analyze what is the qualification of the father and mother. You should know the chemistry of the human body consists with many thousand of minerals, many metals, carbohydrates, and many other chemical substances, which is one adding to another, adding another, and every addition can be defined as another chemistry. And losing from the body of any of the material, like any of the mineral or any composition, can be a disqualification by mineral cause and energy force. And after destroying the body self by doing many unwanted activity, is causing for destroy their energy, irrespectively the male and female, which father or mother, by doing many of the activities. So there are many books mentioned since the early stages of all the innovations. Just a healthy male and a healthy female. Health means not only physical health. Physical health consists with mental health, social health, and living atmospheric health, and all the conceiving prior to happening a sexual union is also considered the strength of the sperm and egg of male and female. And joining together, the internal chemistry and metabolism is a largest explosion. Similarly, happening a nuclear reaction in a nuclear reactor that is caused by a sexual fusion and a union of a male and female. After happening this fusion, there is no role for the male part. The rest part is totally registered as a liability for the female. It's the mother. This mother always responsible to carry this child from day one itself. The most funny thing is that after detecting the pregnancy stage, only the mother is conscious about she is conceived a child. But within the gap after conceiving a child and identifying the pregnancy is a very dangerous period considering the disability process. In this process, in this period especially, if the mother gone into difficult areas in difficult situations and conceived difficult things like hazards, chemicals, unwanted drugs, alcohols, and radiation segments, whatever it is, that can directly affect to the child who is the inside of the mother. That's maybe a slight primary cause. After that, each and every moment is very important for the insider. That no mothers are aware about this factor, because the inside baby always accepting his all the material, food, oxygen, bed, everything for the development process is conceived from mother through umbilical cord. That is the important thing. Here we have to understand the development segment of a human body is starting from umbilical cord, and that is from tail only, tail part of the body only. And during this period, each and every emotional part of the mother, each and every medicines and foods intaking of the mother, each and every thought process of the mother, each and every action, reaction, and social commitment, obligation, and emotions is the major part which is converting us neurological chemicals of the mother and directly influenced the inside baby of the mother who is conceived this pregnancy. No mothers are conscious about this, and no medical science is even conscious about this. And covering day after day, whatever the mother thoughts negatively, whatever mother feel negatively, what feel emotionally, and what affect the body by many ways. All those things directly balancing this inside baby, and most of the unwanted materials through the dispensing of the umbilical cord to the inside baby can be hazards and unwanted chemicals taken place. So who consider during the pregnancy period the inside baby is needed many of the things other than the nutraceuticals and food. You know, there are 17,000 smells in our surroundings for different identification and understanding. And almost 60% of those smells are negative smells, and that directly cause to chemical refuses in a human being that they understand that is a not good thing, just I feel not good. So that understanding is coming from the smells. After experiencing such unwanted negative smells, that is also be the part of the mother as a chemical form, and silently that is also going distributing as a feeding to the inside of the mother. Means that the pregnant conceived baby. So what do we have to do? Where we have to do? How we have to educate them? And this I am pointing out only one cause. If hearing the high beam sound, hurting, character disorder, experiencing any of the influence of any of the feeling, or we have to say that is emotions. All the emotion in a human body is a hormone. All the activity is related with an emotional hormone. All the feeling is also related with an emotional hormone. You know, each and every hormone have many thousand chemical segmentation and reactions, irrespectively actions. All these reactions converted into chemical form that can be diluted in the form of microparticles, and that is directly distributing to the body of the infant, which is the insider, through the umbilical cord. So the logistic system to the mother to baby is most important while the pregnancy stage. That is the largest defect or most forgotten defect, since the human being were unaware about this factor. I must say, after researching this topic in a long period, this ignorance is the fundamentalism and the cause for the disabilities happening in the human being. I am not sure how much you can understand this, but I am helpless in this matter to give more education because my time is limited. And I don't know all of your languages even. I am particular in this topic. I am experienced in this topic through my analysis, through my research, through my understanding, through my realization. All things directly focus to the ignorance of dispensing process and its transportation, logistic system and their compartment of feeding through the umbilical cord by the mother to the inside baby is the major defective part, and the particles which feeding to the from the mother to the baby is the very, very special thing which is creating disability or ability. Okay. Right now you know each and every day what is happening during the pregnancy stage, day 1 to the day of the last, on the even to the insider become to the outsider as an infant. On that day is also calculated. But during this the dispensing process or the growth of the pregnancy means this baby in the stage of pregnancy means insider. What else you think? What you desire? What you given to the child? And what was the difficult situation you were undergone with your child who has been in your inside? That is very important. Your own feeling, your own pleasure, pain, difficulties, everything directly experiencing by the insider while you conceived your baby, and after the conceiving and before the delivery. And what is happening after the delivery also? Just if you felt your kid have a fever, you will approach a pediatrician. Or any other symptom of disease, something like you will meet a specialist who is concerned for the particular disease. So, whenever a human being is under the pressure of any of the disease or under the symptom of any of the disease, there is an organized pharmacopoeia for dispensing the particular disease based on the analysis of pathology. That you do, and that is only to do also. Whatever you think, during the stages of the past before you doing the delivery process of your kid, you made many mistakes and that caused to disability. All those disability cannot be treatable, cannot be curable, and that is not a disease. That already fixed as it is a disability. And you don't know why it happened. That is not your problem. You are not aware about that. But in disability management science, this is only the way during your pregnancy, what are the particles you unknowingly dispensed your inside baby who were growing in your womb, in your stomach. Many of the things was being toxic chemicals, toxic and unwanted things for that baby. And for that, that is not a disease. For that, there is no remedy by using medical science. But of course, I have to say, I have to state my findings. We can detect what has been lost and what has been exceeded during the pregnancy stage where your child has been in as an infant inside the stomach of you, inside the womb of you. During the pregnancy stage, we can detect, decode and analyze. And that we will get the n particle, n number of particles has been lost during those periods, and that is particularly happened this disability. And after analyzing this lost particle, we can implement the balancing using most advanced non-predictable, active technology, that is particle implementation, especially lost particle re-implementation process. This re-implementation gives us a successful normalization that we used to call the disability management administration process through implementing the lost particle implementation. So, only under one suggestion I have to give you is that this is not a suggestion actually. This is my harmful information which I heard and which I understand and which I experienced truly by my past hard work experiments. That you should, first of all, if you want to prevent in your future, or if any of the human being want to prevent against the disability, they should aware about what they should have and they did not do during the pregnancy stage. For that, there should be a protocol system during the pregnancy, and for that, before conceiving any pregnancy, they should qualify for parentage. Why understanding the particle science and the energy forces which how directly or indirectly influencing the inside baby developing in the stomach. If everything is perfect and correct, then you have to do a union and just give a child birth. Such a child becomes healthy, beautiful, and future generating personalities in the world, and you can be relaxed, you have a wonderful child. Or else, if you are not willing to do so, don't give birth such a child. And the concern to us, we have a wonderful technology which we innovated by hard work and hard effort. But it is a perfect science that's called disability management science. I am not cross-matching or cross-verifying any of the things about the history and the logistic or on the authorization, authenticity of any of the medical science and chemistry. It is a simple logic connecting with the history of the biological development and pathological development since 460 years BC. As we know, the great free thinker from the Greece, Hippocrates, founded the fundamentals of the modern medical science during 460 BC. Still, it is the landmark of the history which is brought in golden letters. But that is not the complete thing. Day after day and year after year, decades after decades, adding one innovation to another innovation by many hundreds of the research personalities across the world, adding the chemicals and the drugs to the drug science, has been the developmental screenology of modern drug science. During the innovations of every drug for each and every disease, there has been an identification. Using a particular chemical analysis system has been developed as parallelly called pathological science. For any disease and every disease, there are parallelly developed a pathological science, but you should know that is for pathology, and that is for medical drug science. We should know for the disability, there is no medical science and there is no pathology. So, medically, there is no suggestions and advices for the disabilities and its management systems. There is only one thing that the decoding format, when, where, how, that a particular person who is disabled had lost the particle from his body should identify without any of the omissions, and that particular particles that we implement in that body, that we can see the result within hours it is developing. It's a fantastic science. That science IDMI is introduced for administrative management process of the disability. I am sure that you were aware about these all things, but you should know perfectly. This science is for the universe and the well-being of the universe, well-being of all the children we is affected. They are affected with the disabilities. So we hope disability can be an old story, a forgotten story. Or the disabled in the universe can be a normal personalities. Within few years, if the world leaders and other superior personalities who is directly connected with the health and the universal development, this technology can implement for the universal success. Even the spiritual leaders also can consider this technology to implement in the world, if really you are looking into the welfare of the society and the welfare of the universe and free from disability for the future generations. We have to say, we have perfect technology, we have mind to give you them sufficient idea, we are ready to educate all of them. We have to give unconditionally all those things to the universe. But you should know perfectly before saying no. That we respect. Thank you.